If you've ever seen those three little dots in JavaScript and wondered what kind of magic is going on, this video is for you. Let's break down the spread operator in the simplest, most beginner-friendly way possible. First, what is the spread operator? In simple terms, the spread operator is used to unpack or spread out elements from arrays, objects, or even function arguments. It looks like this. First, we have an array of 1, 2, 3. If we log it normally, we see the array as a single item. It's like a box holding 3 elements inside. Now, when we use the spread operator, this time, instead of passing the box to console.log, we've opened the box and handed each element separately. In technical terms, the spread operator expands or spreads an iterable, like an array, into individual values. Another example. Think of the spread operator like opening a backpack and pulling everything out. Let's say your backpack, which is just an array, has clothes inside. Here we have a constant called backpack that holds 3 strings: shirt, pants, and jacket. If you log it normally, JavaScript will print the whole array as a single unit. You'll see square brackets with all the items inside. Now, watch this. Those 3 dots before backpack tell JavaScript to take the array apart and give console.log each element separately. That's why instead of seeing the brackets, you'll just see shirt, pants, and jacket. It's like dumping everything out of the backpack instead of handing over the whole bag. So, why does this matter? Let's go over some common situations where the spread operator really helps. The first one is copying arrays. Here's what most beginners do. Here, array 2 is not a separate copy. It's like saying, hey, array 2 is pointing to the same exact box as array 1. If you change array 2, like pushing an item, you also change array 1 because they're both looking at the same data in memory. If we log them, you'll see that array 1 got an extra number even though we only pushed to array 2. Here's the better way. The spread operator here takes each element from array 1 and puts them into a brand new array. So now if we push something to array 2 and log them, array 1 stays safe and unchanged. Let's put this into a real-world situation. Imagine you're coding a shopping cart. You want to create a wish list with the same items, but you'll add more later. If you copy by reference, it's like pointing your wish list to the cart. When you push an item into the wish list and then log the cart, you'll see it there too. You didn't mean to put chocolate in the actual cart, but it happened because they were linked. If you use the spread operator instead. Now, wish list is separate, so adding chocolate there doesn't touch cart. Another common use is merging arrays. Let's say you have 2 separate lists. If you wanted to combine them without the spread operator, you might think of looping through one and pushing the items into the other. But that's extra work. With the spread operator, it's just one line. Here's what's happening. The first fruits with the spread operator takes each fruit and lays them out. Then the drinks with the spread operator does the same for drinks. And finally, JavaScript puts them all into a brand new array. You now have one clean array that holds everything. Fruits first, then drinks, all neatly combined. Now let's see this in a real-world scenario. Imagine you're building an online store. We start with 2 arrays. One is called clothes, and it has t-shirt and jeans. The other's called accessories, and it has watch and sunglasses. Now, we want to put everything together into one list. Here's where the spread operator comes in. What's happening here is pretty simple. Just like earlier, the first part is the clothes array with the spread operator. It takes t-shirt and jeans out of the array and lays them out one by one. Next, we have the accessories array with the spread operator. It does the same thing for watch and sunglasses. Finally, the square brackets gather everything together into a brand new array. It's basically like taking everything off both shelves and putting it all onto one big shelf. If we log it out, we get an array that looks like this. T-shirt, jeans, watch, sunglasses, all lined up in one place. Another place where the spread operator really shines is when you need to pass array values into a function. Let's say we have a function called add that takes 3 numbers and adds them together. Pretty simple. It expects 3 separate numbers. Now, let's say we have those numbers stored in an array. If we don't use the spread operator, we'd have to pass them in like this. It works, but it's kind of clunky. We're manually picking each value from the array. With the spread operator, it's much cleaner. Here's what happens. The numbers with the spread operator unpacks the array, so the function actually receives it like we wrote. Add 1, 2, and 3. Same result, but with less typing and cleaner code. And just like that, you've got the same output without all the manual unpacking. Now, you might actually see the spread operator in action the very first time you build something like a to-do list app. Here's why. Imagine you have an array called tasks that stores all your to-do items. At the start, it's empty. Now, when the user adds a new task, say buy milk, you don't want to replace the old list. You want to keep all the existing tasks and just add this one to the end. You could do it like this. What's happening here is the spread operator takes all the current tasks and lays them out. Then buy milk gets added as a new item at the end. All of that is then wrapped into a completely new array, which becomes the updated tasks list. If the user adds clean the house next, the code would be like this. Now your tasks array has both items, buy milk and clean the house, without messing up or overwriting the old data. It's like writing your to-do list on paper, then adding the next item underneath without erasing the first one. I know we covered a lot today about the spread operator, which is why we're giving you a free PDF version of this video. It includes all the examples we walked through, plus extra tips and tricks to help you use the spread operator like a pro. Become a Nova Plus member to get access to exclusive cheat sheets and playbooks. We'll be diving into more JavaScript content soon, from destructuring to other powerful ES6 features. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Well, that's it for now, Novas. Thank you for watching.